All right, the next step in your research presentation is to recap your main ideas. This is going to be part of your conclusion, and the simplest way to go about this is to copy, paste, and flip each of your main ideas from step 5. You're going to use the same process that you did for the restatement of the thesis in step 4. You also want to remind readers of the details related to each point. Um, you'll want to make sure that you write these ideas in your speaker notes on your conclusion slide, and you'll want to make sure that you represent them with visuals or single word short phrase or short phrases on your conclusion slide. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my conclusion slide. And like I said, we're doing these in the notes, and we just want to start off by taking my first main idea down to my conclusion. And I'm going to put recap of main ideas. And I'm going to put a bullet point. So now instead of saying significant events and technological developments have influenced Generation Z, I want to start with the words Generation Z and end with the significant events and technological developments. So instead of saying that Generation Z or that these things have influenced Generation Z, we're going to say Generation Z has been influenced by these things. And then I need to mention the details. So, like school, shootings, and like online learning management systems. Then I'm going to move on. Go to my next one. I'm going to grab that idea from my second main idea slide. And this time it says Generation Z faces new or worse problems or challenges. So I want to get Generation Z to the end of this sentence. So now I can say new or worse problems and challenges are faced by Generation Z. So very similar wording. So the challenges and problems that I'm going to talk about, political unrest and mental health issues. All right, and then finally, we have Generation Z thinking and acting different from other generations. Oops. So, so in this case, it's really hard. I think it'd be really I think it'd be really difficult to start with the end of this sentence. Um, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say being more politically active and more accepting of diversity are two ways Generation Z thinks and acts differently from other generations. So it's still starting differently than it did the first time. So it's not sounding exactly the same. So that is what I would do in order to get those things um, on there. And then as far as adding visuals to my slide, I'm thinking that this is going to be a good time to use maybe words or phrases. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to create a little box. And I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to say school shootings. And I'm going to put that in the middle there. And I'm going to make another one. And this one's going to say online learning management systems. And I'm going to do another one. Political unrest. Mental health issues. Politically active. Accepting of diversity. And then I'm just going to go ahead and spread these things out on my slide and maybe kick them at an angle here. And maybe even change the color to match where they kind of are on the rainbow. So they have a rainbow theme going here.